Alright guys, we are back with some more FateStay Night. In the last one, we summoned Archer. And talked to Archer and used the command spell. That's about it. Hopefully in this one we can get to Shiro, just because, again, the part of playing visual novels that sounds the most exciting to me is making choices. And so far we haven't had any of those. So hopefully we can get to that today. If not, I will be very, very sad. Late at night. The clock's about to strike 2. This is the best time frame for my magical energy. Wait. Wait, what? No. I didn't save. What? Okay, hang on. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I think we are back. This should be where we left off last time. Yes, it is. Okay. The Holy Grail War. It is a great ritual which has been practiced for hundreds of years. If one enters the ritual, one must eliminate the other 6, as it is a battle for one's life. I don't know when the Holy Grail War began. It is said that the Holy Grail is the land of Fuyuki, and that many Magi have fought each other here in the past. Magi. I always forget how they say it, so I'm just going to call them Magi. They had only one purpose, to obtain the noble phantasm called the Holy Grail. But the origin of the Holy Grail is unknown. It's certain that it never reached the blood of God. But its power matches that of the one in the legend. Yes, it is said that the Holy Grail can grant any wish. Only one has the right to possess it. The Holy Grail can grant one wish for one person. But 7 Magi are needed to summon the Holy Grail in this land. 1 miracle, 7 collaborators. Well, the point is, it is only a matter of time before the fight broke out over the Holy Grail. It began like an ordinary fight over resources. The 7 Magi used the power of the Holy Grail equally to summon a familiar, a servant, to battle the other Magi. Only one Magus will obtain the Holy Grail, and so, each of them treated the other 6, once allies, now as enemies, and a gruesome fight began. This is a ritual called the Holy Grail War, a competition between Magi for the Holy Grail. The Magi chosen by the Holy Grail are called Masters, and each Master receives a powerful familiar called a Servant by the grace of the Holy Grail. Oh, so that's where those cards in Fate Grand Order comes from. There are 2 proofs that one is a master, summoning a servant and making it obey, and obtaining the 3 command spells that can order the servant. The first goes without saying. Yesterday, a few hours ago to be exact, I summoned Archer to be my servant. That leaves only the second. I must protect to the end this command spell that binds the servant. For a master, this is probably the most important thing of all. The pattern inscribed on my right hand after summoning Archer. This is the command spell. The holy sign granted by the Holy Grail is proof of a master who has summoned a servant. This mark with concentrated magical energy is an instantaneous thing, not an eternal one. It is consumed by use, and as the appearance suggests, it has 1 use for each strike. In other words, only 3 times. A master who loses all 3 of their command spells will be unable to control their servant and faces death. So, the command spell must be guarded as closely as one's life. It hurts my head to think that I've used 1 right at the start, but it wasn't completely meaningless, so I'll call it good. Because it's not unusual for servants to go against their masters. I'm fortunate to have been able to chain him using 1 command spell. Well, that's the gist of it. The Holy Grail War will start when the 7 servants are all summoned. I can't just sleep in. I don't know when the last master will appear, but it should be soon. I sure do hope it is soon. Morning already? I'm so tired. Looking out of the window dazed, I notice the sun's already way up. It's past 9. I don't think it's a question of being late anymore. Glancing at the clock, I confirm to myself that I'll be skipping school today. My body's so heavy, it feels like he's taken over half my body. I sit up in bed and take a deep breath. I'm not just tired just because I'm not a morning person. Like Archer said, a master who has just summoned their servant cannot function satisfactorily. That's right. I summoned Archer, not Saber. I can remember clearly. Well, it's not something I want to remember, but even if I don't like it, there's no second chance. About a day until my magical energy returns, huh? Then I guess today will just be a test drive. I slowly climb out of bed. I fight a bit against the unseasonably warm air and my desire to stay wrapped up in my blankets. I knock out the desire to go back to sleep in the third second of the match and check myself in the mirror. Nothing's obviously wrong except for the fact that I have only about half the usual magical energy in my body. Everything's up to par. Well, there shouldn't be any problems. For now I want to check the situation. The servant I summoned is Archer. He's a rude guy with no manners to spare for his summoner and master. And on top of that, he doesn't know who he is. Oh, I'm getting a headache already. I'll have to live without his noble phantasm until his memory returns. Well, there's no way he can use it if he doesn't remember it. Servants are powerful familiars on their own, but what makes them the most powerful is the fact that they have one powerful secret move. The problem is, Archer says he can't remember what it is. Well, it's partly my fault, so we'll have to make do. That's right, as this is how things ended up, we're both on the same boat. I hope he sorts out his memories soon, but with the way he's acting right now, who knows when that'll be. Honestly, looks like we've got a load of problems ahead. Whoa, maybe now I should have a... Oh, it's because he cleaned. Whoa, maybe I should have a better opinion of him. The living room was just the way it was. I only expected him to clean up the rubble, so I moved that he went this far. He must have felt bad about making such a mess of the living room, or he wouldn't have done this. I should call him admirable, or maybe just a nice guy. The sun's already up. You're pretty loose. I take it back. This shameless attitude. He doesn't deserve any praise at all. Morning. You seem pretty relaxed. I see you've made yourself at home here. Well, it's the room. Well, it's the room I spent the night in. I've pretty much figured out where everything is. Oh, since I was cleaning anyway, I cleaned up the kitchen too. I was expecting more mess, but it was rather clean. That's quite impressive considering that you live in a Western-style house by yourself. I'm getting a headache. Why is my servant checking my cleanliness? They say servants think only of battle, so maybe this guy's broken somehow. I see you're not doing well, are you? You seemed well last night, but sleep must have brought up your fatigue. I'll get you a drink, if tea's okay. So at home in a stranger's house, Archer stands, takes out a new teacup without a moment's confusion, and pours a fine rose-colored tea. There are all sorts of things I want to say, but I surprisingly don't feel like interrupting him. Every aspect of his motion is refined. You could even say he's being considerate. Oh well, it's true that I'm tired. Oh, that's her. The picture changed, so I was like, oh, that's obviously him. Oh well, it's true that I'm tired, so I guess I'll have a drink. I take a seat. He hands me a teacup silently and I take a sip. Oh, it's good. Of course, it's an exotic Chinese tea. It's the best part of my favorite leaf, so I'd get mad if it tasted bad. In fact, I get mad when someone uses my favorite without permission. Yes, I would get mad, but when it's brewed so wonderfully, I'm too happy to complain. Hold on, what are you laughing about? Well, I was going to ask what you thought of it. When you make a face like that, there's no point in asking. I slammed the cup down onto the table. Don't waste it, you should enjoy it while it's hot. If I'm distracting you, I'll go. Thanks, but no thanks. I didn't become a master just so someone could brew me tea. Besides, there's no need for you to do that thing without orders. I see. Certainly I did not form a contract with you to brew tea or clean up after you. If that's how you want it, I'll be careful from now on. Right. What I need is a powerful familiar. I've never heard of a servant who does things around the house. I have no need for one either. What do you mean, no need? Nothing. Interpret it however you want. More importantly, do you remember who you are now? Archer shakes his head. Just as I thought, it's bad. If he can't remember it after one night, it's not going to come back easily. Even if we test various things today, this is still... Alright, I'll work out to do about your memory. Well, get ready, Archer. Since you were just summoned, you don't know your way around yet. I'll show you around town. Get ready. There's no need. If you want to go, we can go now. Hey, if you're going to walk around in that, it hardly looks normal. Besides, other masters would be able to tell you're a servant right away. I don't intend to go announcing to everyone that I'm a master, you know. Oh, so that's what you meant. It's not a problem. Certainly I will need a change, but only when I take form. Servants are spirits after all. We become servants when not in battle to reduce the burden on our masters. Oh yeah, you're still a heroic spirit even if you're summoned already. Since it's the master's magical energy that gives the spirit form, if I cut off that magical energy, naturally we would return to spirit form. A servant in that state is like a guardian spirit. We cannot be observed by anyone except the master we are connected to by the ley line. We can still talk though, so it's no problem for going scouting. Wow, that's really convenient. In that case, it must be hard to search for other masters. Yes, but Magi can sense other Magi, right? In the same way, servants can sense other servants. If a servant knows powerful magic, they would be able to sense servants even from a distance. Just as Archer says, a master is usually a great Magus. A Magus with strong magical energy is sensitive to other magical energy. But as far as I know, no one in this town has magical energy that strong. So what about you? Can you tell where the other servants are? Master, have you forgotten my class? Sensing distant enemies isn't a job for a knight. Well, I guess not. Archer's magical energy isn't that strong. I expect only the servant caster would have enough magical energy to locate enemies from a distance. Alright, then follow me. Archer, I'll show you the world you've been summoned into. I don't think it will be that new for me. But Master, aren't you forgetting something important? What do you mean by something important? Geez, you're really not up to par yet. We have yet to exchange the most important part of our contract. The most important exchange? Equivalent exchange? No, fundamentally, the reward for a servant is to participate in the Holy Grail War. There shouldn't be any more exchanges necessary. You're really not a morning person, are you? Archer says in surprise. Listening to a sarcastic comment, I realized something. Come to think of it, he hasn't addressed me by my name yet. Oh, crap, names! I guess you realized. Well, it's not too late. So, Master, what is your name? How should I address you from now on? Archer asks sulkily. Damn it. He is a good person. Yes, there's no mistake. After all, there's no meaning to exchange names. Servant and master have a relationship forced upon them by the command spell. For a contract with normal familiars, the exchange of names has a great deal of meaning, but no such bond is needed between the master and the servant. But still, Archer calls it important. It's proof of trust that we'll be fighting alongside each other, even without the command spell. I'm Tosaka Rin. You can call me whatever you like. I answer bluntly, unable to be true to my feelings. Well, actually, it would probably be easier for me to be addressed in a reserved manner, like you or master, and he'll probably call me that. But that said, Archer mutters my name to himself. I shall call you Rin. Yes, that name suits you well. He said something outrageous. Rin, what's wrong? You don't look normal. Shut up! Let's go! We don't have time to relax. I turn away and start walking. I'm vexed. I don't know why, but I am. Did Archer say that just to make me feel this way? It's possible. He'll certainly do that sort of thing. Yes, that must be it. So my face getting hot, my heart pounding. They're all part of his plan. Be careful, Rin. You're going to have to work with this crooked guy from now on. Something tells me we might get into Shiro today. Honestly, we might not even get to a fight today. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I'm actually worried, I wonder how much was, cut out of, the anime, because I'm pretty sure from, the time she summons Archer, it basically just, skips all the way to, the next night. I thought, she summoned him, and then they just immediately go out. That's how at least how it was like adapted in Unlimited Blade Works, if I'm remembering correctly. But I need water. Okay. I go out with Archer. The city we live in, Fuyuki City, can be basically divided into two towns. Here, the place with old houses and traditional buildings, is Myanma City. On the other side of the river is Shinto, where modern development is happening. My house is the older section, Myanma City. Myanma City is broadly separated into two sections as well. This is one of the sections, the Western-style houses where immigrants from foreign countries live. And on the other side is the area of old Japanese-style houses with a mountain behind it. Both sections are on top of hills, so you could say both are suburbs. The houses in between these two sections are relatively ordinary. As a demonstration, they're this ordinary. This is the crossroads of Myanma City. And sorry, I just got distracted by something. This is the crossroads of Myanma City, and I don't know why I'm struggling so much with that word. And hill leading up to the Western-style houses like mine. On the opposite side, a hill leads up to a Japanese-style house, up to Japanese-style houses. A bridge leads to the neighboring town of Shinto, and the other way leads to the school, shopping district, and even Ryudo Temple up on the mountains. And this is the large bridge connecting Shinto and Myanma City. A few years ago, a big station was built over that side and has grown rapidly since then. Even though Myanma City and Shinto are in the same city, you can think of them as totally different places. Is this really important? The city's name, Fuyuki, or Winter Tree, supposedly comes from the fact that winters are long here. Thinking about it, this place certainly has a long winter. In contrast, though, it's quite warm here, and February here is about as warm as December everywhere else. I bet a few hot springs would turn up if you went digging around. Then again, this half-hearted cold would make the city a poor hot springs resort. Fuyuki City has a friendly winter and a strange climate that enters spring and April with no changes. Shinto is all like this. The rapidly developing town started to build tall buildings, as if rushed by something, and as a result, it looks very artificial. Though that's only in the last 10 years. From what I hear, a big fire about 10 years ago pretty much burned down the whole residential district. These buildings were constructed on land no one lived in anymore. And this is the center of it. This is Shinto's park. Now that we've all seen all the important locations, what are your thoughts? Oh wait, no. There was something else before. I think part of this made it into the anime. I'm just correcting myself so then if anyone gets to this part, they don't go, haha, he forgot. But I'm remembering that a thing did happen before the night fell. I ask Archer, who's standing next to me. I can't see him, of course. It's a big part, but is there some reason there's no one here? So it shows, huh? Well, that's because there's a history to this place. I look around the park. A park this big and organized should be a playground for kids, even on weekdays. But there are only a few people here, and a desolate feeling runs through the place. It was about 10 years ago. They say there was a huge fire in the area. It burned for a day until it just went out as it began to rain. Afterwards, the town was rebuilt, but this place was left as it was. It was burned to ashes, so they made it into a park. Archer says nothing, but even though I can't see him, I can tell that he's feeling something special. You seem to have noticed. That's right. This is where the last Holy Grail War ended. I don't know the details, but the last war ended here, and the place has been like this ever since. I see. That must be why this place is full of so many grudges. You can sense those kinds of things? Servants are spirits. We are beings similar to grudges and formed obsessions. Therefore, we are sensitive to such remnants, like us. There were few places in town with strong regrets, but this place is on a completely different level. To us, this place is more like a reality marble. Archer brings up an unusual term in a motionless voice. Reality marble. One of the magics considered the pinnacle of Magi, said to be infinitely close to sorcery. For hundreds of years, a boundary field has been the defensive field that protects a Magus. Put simply, it's a vicious version of a security system on a house. A A boundary field is something applied to an existing area or building to protect oneself from outside enemies, but is merely a transformation applied to what already exists. But a reality marble is different. A reality marble is an image that erodes reality. The imagined world of a magus, a boundary field that paints over reality by letting a magus's heart take form. This is what we call a reality marble. In other words, it's a large range of magic that distorts remakes the world as the magus wishes. Reen, what are you thinking? No, I was just surprised. I just thought that reality marble seemed like an uncommon term for an archer. What? Is it strange for me to know it? Of course, reality marble is a taboo of taboos, the secret principles of secret principles. It doesn't make any sense for an archer to know about it. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? I asked with my expression, and then I sensed him sighing heavily next to me. Reen, a hero is someone who excels with both magic and weaponry. It's fine if you want to think that an archer can only use bows, but please don't take such an optimistic view of the other servants. Come to think of it, he's right. I understand. That was a careless thing to say. I'll be careful from now on, so it's okay, right? Reen, I'm going to be honest. You are excellent, but because of that, you have a habit of underestimating others. You should reform that habit before you grow up. You're being rather rude. Reform? That's like training bad habits out of a horse. Oh, excuse me, I didn't make it to sound like you're a disobedient horse. I just used the word because it suited your image. Hey, that's even worse! Ouch. My right arm suddenly hurts. Reen? Be quiet for a second, Archer. The command spell engraved on my right hand is hurting. A small warning as if to get my attention. Someone's watching us. I extend my consciousness to the surrounding buildings. Not buildings, there's only trees here. I roll out the threads of my consciousness and search through the park. I can't find him. What about you, Archer? It's difficult. I can't even feel the stare. Then it must be a master watching. I don't know who it is, but if Archer can't sense it, it has to be a master. There aren't 7 of us yet, but if we wanted to, we could start the fight at any time. It seems the one watching us wants to battle, but the command spell reacts to the other command spells, so that must mean if you are a master, you should be able to recognize other masters when you see them. Then wouldn't that mean you should be able to identify other masters too? Yes, but a superior magus can conceal magical energy. Even though command spells react to each other, they operate on magical energy. If the master has closed his magic circuits, it'll be hard to find him. That's troubling. That means we're showing them our location. That's right. Well, if I search around my house... that's awkward. That's right. Well, if I search around my house, I should be able to find something that kills my magical energy. But you don't need it. Right. Because if I don't hide it, they'll come to us, right? It saves us the trouble of going to find them. Archer takes a deep breath and goes quiet as if he's shocked. What? You want to say I shouldn't be overconfident? I ask, remembering our previous conversation. But Archer just says, that's impossible. You're strongest like this. Yeah, you can let those weaklings follow us about. He says, trying to hold back his laughter. I did not give him the right voice for that. Well, it's not like I like his response, but we decided to continue walking around town. Ooh, nightfall. Ooh. We tour the important places, really dragging our observer around. Have dinner along the way and bring things to a conclusion. We've been walking a lot, and it's now 7. At this time of the night, our destination should give us the best view. Swish, swish, swish. A strong wind. The tallest buildings in Shinto. The view from the rooftop of this building is a fitting end for this day. What do you think? This place has a great view, Archer. Jeez, I pity whoever you go out with someday. You drag me around all day. Did you say something, Archer? Just an honest opinion. Oh, this is certainly a nice place. If we had come here to begin with, we wouldn't have had to walk around like we have been. What are you talking about? Certainly it's a nice view, but all you can tell from here is the overview of the town. You have to go to places themselves to know the layout. That's not true. My class is an archer for nothing. You can't be an archer unless you have good eyesight. Is that so? So you can see my house from here, Archer? No, I can't see the neighboring town from here. At most I can see as far as the bridge. At that range, I can count the number of tiles. No way, the number of tiles on the bridge? That's not just good That's not just good. His eyesight could match the telescopes you find on these rooftops. I'm surprised. You really are an archer. You really are Archer. Nice. Good job, Rin. You figured it out. He's Archer. Whew. Rin, I don't like to think so. But are you making fun of me? Of course not. I just misunderstood because even though you're called Archer, you don't seem like one. That's a troubling claim. I shall question you further on this matter when we get home. It seems Archer has taken a liking to the view as he falls silent. He's probably working at the town's layout. I can't interrupt him while he's surveying the battlefield. I leave Archer's side and move to the edge of the building. All I can see with my eyesight is the lights below this building, like the headlights of the cars in the street and the people going home after work. I can't tell what kinds of cars or what kinds of people they are. I can see them, but still not see them. Just like noticing someone's watching me, but not being able to see the watcher. At the very least, there's one person that has his base in Shinto. I strain my eyes and stare below me. There are 7 masters in all. I still don't know who the masters are, nor which servants they command. Well, I mean, you know it's not one of them. There can only be 6 other ones. Right now, I assume that all the masters are walking around town collecting information on other masters. Question mark? Suddenly, I feel someone's eyes on me. There's no reaction from my command spell. I just feel someone's eyes on me. From below, I look down. There are many people walking around on the road. Among them is a person. One person is looking up at me, looking up at the moon. I can't tell for sure who it is. But I still know who it is. It's surprising. What's he doing at this time? Rin, have you found an enemy? Archer calls out to me as if sensing my excitement. Nothing. I just saw someone I knew. Just an ordinary person, nothing to do with us. I answer, unable to hide my irritation, and leave the place where I was standing. There's no way he could have seen me from the ground. He must have been looking up at the building by coincidence. So it doesn't mean I was noticed. But still, I'm angry that I let him see me acting as a Magus. By the time we get back to Myanma City, it's already past 9 o'clock. Unlike Shinto, Myanma is an old residential district. No one walks around after 9 and the town grows as quiet as midnight. So that's pretty much it. Do you have any good ideas of the town? Do you have a good idea of the town? Yeah, I get it. I'll figure out the rest as we go along. Then we're done for the day. I'm not up to par either, so let's go home and rest. Wait, Nani? Nani? I'm not ready for bed. I'm ready to go tussle. We climb the road up a gentle hill, and there's someone walking in front of us. Huh? Sakura? This is bad. I don't want her to see me right now. Rin? Rin, why are we hiding? Shut up! Oh, that person is someone I know. I skipped school today, so I don't want her to see me. As I speak, I look at the figure ahead of us. On the road. Whoa, wait. Why was... Oh, it was skipping ahead just to get to the next thing. I was like, I didn't click anything. There's the well-known first-year student and a foreigner I don't know. Boy, I love your drip, and you have, like, some nice shoulders. They're talking about something. No, it seems the foreigner is talking to Sakura against her wishes. Rin, is the person you know the foreigner? No, I don't know him. There are lots of Western-style houses around here, so he might be visiting one of them. I say that much and scold myself for being too soft where that girl is involved. Archer, is he human? I don't know. He has form, so he should be human. At the very least, he is not a servant. Right. He's not a master either, so I guess it's just a minor quarrel. Still, I know she's not the kind of girl to get into trouble with a guy. They're going. The girl is walking up the hill. The man is... The blonde guy goes down the road we came up. I was not expecting that. Well then, you can use this place. I'm going to bed unless you have any questions first. I don't have any important questions. Your decision not to rush into battle is the correct one. You should use tonight to recover your magical energy. Yes, I'll see you tomorrow. Please make me tea tomorrow morning. Bitch, you said you don't want any tea. Fatigue hits me hard once I walk into my room. Oh yeah, I have to contact Kiri before I go to bed. That annoying priest. He'll already be getting ready to call in a substitute Magus. I don't really care about that, but he is my guardian, so I should at least do the right thing. Phone. I dialed the number, and soon the fake priest picks up. And there, I think I'm going to end the episode, just because, you know, it's Kirei. He could either be like, oh, wow, neat, you got a servant, or he could go on a very long diatribe about literally anything. So yeah, with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. And it's kind of just turned into a running joke for me, at least, but, like, next time, Shiro, baby. Maybe I should make it a thing where I don't end the next episode till we're Shiro. That could be a thing that I do. Also, I'm just going to save over this first one, because why not? Yeah. Hang on, did it save? I always get concerned. Okay, it did save. Yeah, with that being said, I will see everyone in the next one. Bye-bye.